Welcome back. You are watching Choice 2017. Tonight, our focus is on the Embakasi East constituency. Three gentlemen here joining me who are the aspirants for the position of Member of Parliament for Embakasi East. Francis Masinde, beg your pardon, running as an independent candidate. Stephen Maina, or Mzito if you like, running once again as an independent candidate, as well as Babu Owino, who is flying the flag of the ODM party. We invited Francis Muredi, who will be flying the flag for Jubilee. He turned down our request to be on the show, so we are having these three gentlemen. We were on manifestos. Just before we take up the questions that Kenyans are asking you on Twitter, I would just like to know the kind of pillars that are on your manifestos, what you will be focusing on quickly, because we don't have too much time and we have a lot to cover.
For me, first was sound leadership. That one we lack, not just in Embakasi East, but in the whole country. Sound leadership. Two was health, which is really lagging behind in Embakasi East. Three, youth empowerment. Now, I being a youth myself, that word has really been overused in the past, and that makes me angry and makes me want to get in there and actually ensure that it is done the way it needs to be done. Youths are actually empowered, either through being enabled to be CDF project, to be able to pre-qualify as CDF project suppliers, or to be able to involve private-public partnerships, to be able to also mitigate these gaps that are there within these monies, so that they can, because talented youths are there, and they're the ones who actually drive the economy right now, and they are the majority. So we really need to tackle that problem of youth empowerment. Water. Security also is a problem in Embakasi East. For example, in a ward like Mihango, my fellow youths are being gunned down every so often. Yeah, sometimes there are fellow youths who have engaged themselves into crime. Sometimes it's even our very own police officers who are gone rogue, and then somehow they just commit these atrocities. And this is something that I really need to take care of. Because if we protect our youths, we protect our women, then the older folk will be relaxed. So youth, women, sound leadership, health, those are the things that I'll be focusing on as an MP. And also my other roles in the parliament.
Maina, what is your major focus?
My major focus is the three pillars. I've said about education, and education is coming up with public schools in Embakasi East, because you realize that in Embakasi East, many people are not endowed. People don't have a lot of resources. So we need these public schools for them to be able to enjoy what the government has offered as free schools, a free education for all. And then put up public schools in all other areas where we think that it's necessary, especially like the places like Tasia. We should have Utawala, we should have Soweto. We should have at least a public school. Secondly, I've talked about livelihoods, which covers about water, which we have spoken about water. We've also spoken to how people, we are supposed to endorse some people, give people resources to start up businesses, and also have things organized in that community for them to have a livelihood. And especially like this, what I'm insisting about water is a major thing, because you realize that even other estates, posh estates like Nyayo Estate, where it's the second largest beauty estate in Africa. They still have problems. You feel people ferrying water to go and sell water in Nyayo Estate. That's really very bad. But as well, we should also say that even those slums in Etasia, in Embakasi village, the Mihango and the Utawala, we need to have clean water, because that's what the government is supposed to offer people. And the last one is infrastructure. You realize that in the infrastructure, those are small things, the feeder roads that we are supposed to be making. This is what the CDF is supposed to be doing in conjunction with the MCAs, what they get from the City Hall, and what the MP gets from the CDF. We should combine. We should have that synergy, combine those funds, bring things together. And we're even hoping that when these guys are going to be voted in as governors, to devolve what is in City Hall to the constituencies, to the 17 constituencies, they devolve those services to the wananchi, for them to be able to have those services closer to them.
Yes. Babu, what are you focusing on in your manifesto?
My first agenda is water and sanitation. I think in Embakasi East, so many people are suffering because there's no fresh water. And there are cartels who are doing this business of selling fresh water, because piping has been done everywhere. But the cartels were ensuring that this water is not reaching a common person, a resident of Embakasi East, will be dealt with a lot of ruthlessness, with a lot of vigor, zest, and zeal to ensure that people can get fresh water. The second thing in my agenda is about infrastructure and roads. That is construction of roads so that there is easy accessibility in Embakasi East constituency. Remember, Embakasi East has one of the biggest airports in Africa.
Definitely.
That is JKIA. So we don't have to see the reason why nobody cannot access Embakasi East constituency. Where there are poor roads shall be constructed. The third agenda is on education. When you open the gate of a school, you close the gate of a prison. About education, there will be construction of public schools. There's construction of vocational training institutions where people will be learning matter skills, basketry, tailoring, welding, and other matters. Another issue is on health. It's said that in an area like Donholm, there's no any health facility. There's no hospital, there's no clinic, and we'll also work on that. The last issue that I'll work on so much is about employment. And employment will be categorized into different areas. One, for the people who are educated and they are not employed. I will act as a link between them and the employers so that at least they can be absorbed somewhere where they can be employed and earn a living.
Okay.
The people who are not lucky to be educated because of one reason or the other, for example, lack of school fees, these people, I will also categorize them into different groups. That is the youth group and the women. The women, what we're going to do to them is to register a SACCO, which I'm already in the process of doing so. This SACCO will do fundraising. Any person in the constituency who will not have money to start up a business, who will not have capital for the business, will be given a loan. We are given an opportunity to start a business opportunity, then given a duration that this person can return the loan to benefit another person.
Right.
When it comes to the issues of the youths, we have also various areas that we'll deal with. We have companies, industries in Embakasi East. We have airport in Embakasi East that I, as Babu Owino, will move there and look for employment opportunities for these our boys and girls.
Okay. Let's move into the politics. I will start with you. When we were starting, you mentioned something to do with shambolic nomination exercise. We know that Francis Mureithi won the nomination exercise for Jubilee. Do you feel disenfranchised? That's why you're running as an independent candidate?
Let me say one thing here. We ourselves, like me personally, Mzito, I won the elections in the sense that I did not stuff any ballot paper in the ballot boxes. This is what my opponents did. They had all the books. We even arrested a few who had all the books they had marked all the books and they were just stuffing in. But what the votes that I got from people, genuine people from Embakasi, because they had even made their decision and they declared that I'll be their MP.
So what are you saying? The winner stuffed ballot boxes?
A lot of it, and it's evidence. We have evidence, and we presented those evidences to Jubilee, but they could not listen to us. The hands behind the one who won, we can't tell. But we are just saying, because we are in the race, and we hope that August 8th, they will not be able to stuff those things again. Let us face each other that time and see who is popular or who people want in the Embakasi East. But I must say, the Jubilee elections were shambolic. That's why you are seeing, you are hearing from every corner, not only in Nairobi, in Central and everywhere, people are just crying about Embakasi.
So do you still support the party?
Right now, I'm independent. I must say that I'm independent, even though I support the president. Apart from the president, I don't support
no one else.
No one else.
Francis, that you are an independent candidate. Do you feel the same? You lost to Babu Owino. Do you think you lost fairly?
I like approaching discussions differently. Nominations, selections, whatever you want to call it, they happened the way they did. I am not one of those guys who come out of any battle crying foul or whatever it is. The people of Embakasi East saw everything that happened, and that's what matters to me, yeah? If anything was done that was not supposed to be done, they saw it. If any people who voted that were not supposed to vote, they saw it.
So do you think that happened?
if there are materials that were supposed to be there, that were not there, the inks, the register, all these crazy things, there's collaborations between, what do you call them, election official, whatever it is, from the top down, up, down, whichever way, it's fine. Now, this is what I like about Kenya, and it's getting more democratic and a free democratic space that I really start to enjoy. A new dawn has come. And that's why we have this thing called the independent candidate, which now is somewhat causing shivers to all those who fought, or rather made sure by hook or crook they got the certificate of various parties, which is fine.
But were you feeling any shivers?
That is why, before he responds,
Let him talk first, then I will
You feeling
talk.
any shivers?
well, wait a second. Well, let me tell you.
All right, finish
so
up.
fine, you may have used all your energy, all your resources, all your wit to ensure you get that piece of paper. That's fine, yeah? Doesn't take me so much energy to get cleared by the IEBC to run as an independent candidate. Now, remember, I benefited from the nomination because I campaigned. People saw my manifesto. People know what I'm about. People know the kind of leadership that I'm yet to offer. No, I'm not finished yet. So now,
We don't have too much time, so
here we are.
quickly wrap
Here
up.
we are. You may have done whatever you did during the nomination. Question is, what are you going to do in August?
What are
How
you going to do in August, Babu?
How are you going to maneuver?
What are you going to
I'll
do in
explain
August?
myself.
And do you have the
Let him
shivers?
So
finish
now,
Let him respond
before
kindly.
that,
Let
yeah?
him respond.
Before
Let him
that, yeah?
respond. We don't have too much time.
So I think, personally, I will not fight the nomination process. The only process that I saw which was not free and fair was a Jubilee nomination process, because as Babu Owino, I knew that Mike Mzito would be my opponent. As I said, that leaders are chosen by God, and I will not criticize any leader here. On the issue of the ODM nominations, I think democracy is a social process and a people's process. And it is not a scientific process that can be measured in centimeters, liters, or any other thing. But there's always a threshold that should be met, even in American elections, in France elections. There was a threshold that was meant, which was around 70%, that people knew and said that this election was credible, free, and fair. In a nomination for ODM, you did not see any violence taking place, because people thought that there will be a lot of violent activities and nomination in ODM will be mad with a lot of violence. But nobody witnessed in the whole nation, for the first time in the history of elections, I have to say that ODM conducted a very free, fair, credible elections.
You could say the same even for places like Nyanza?
I've talked about Embakasi East constituency, that Embakasi East constituency, ODM did a proper nomination process. Mr. Masinde was my opponent, and I still respect him, because we are both youths and we have vision, and I believe that one day God will also give Mr. Masinde what he wants in life. God will also give me what I want in life. But I also believe that I'm the rightfully elected ODM candidate.
He's mentioned some concerns, albeit a bit subliminally, of stuffing boxes, material not getting there on time. What do you think about this?
For me, this is normal, because in any election, there's a winner and there's a loser. Number 2 and number 10 are all equal and the same. So a winner must emerge in any electioneering period, and also a person who's lost elections must also have a reason, something to tell the supporters why he or she never won the elections. So those are reasons that anybody can say. Somebody can say stuffing of ballot boxes. Somebody can say that there was no ink. Somebody can say that that day he was sick. That's why they lost the election. So there has to be a reason.
You know, for me, the way I look at it, in April 30th, there was no winner and there was no loser. It was just part of the process. Election is not an event. It is a process. And the process ends in August 8th. So we are still in the process.
So you think you're winning this?
So I won already, yeah? So Babu Owino, in the middle of the process, he was so much concerned about getting the ODM ticket, which is good. He has it. I congratulate him for having the ticket. On my side, I am getting an independent ticket. And then we continue the process. Babu, if in August 8th, people of Embakasi East elect Babu, I will be the first one to go and even give him a hug and tell him congratulations.
So you will
my
accept
brother.
the results?
I will accept.
Will you accept the results?
Mike Mzito, yeah, he is old enough to be called my father. I will be there to make sure that I offload all my creative ideas to make sure that you actually become a very good MP.
All right, Masinde.
But in the meantime, the process still goes on until August 8th. Nobody
so do
has
you
won
believe
yet.
you're winning this? You're winning this, Sid?
This thing we won long time ago.
Long time ago, right?
Long time ago.
Please,
Just that
I want to say something.
Quickly, we have...
Yeah, even though I don't want to get into the ODM elections or whatever, let me speak about the Jubilee. Because even if you ask Babu here, he will tell you that he was waiting me.
That's true.
We were the two horses that were being waited to go to August 8th. Now that I didn't clinch that Jubilee ticket because of what happened. Though we don't want to get into intricacies of what happened about that election, people know, as Masinde has put it. What we are saying, let us always remain, let us always preach peace, let us remain harmonious, and let us always do our campaigns in a good way.
All right.
Let the people do their decision. Let them make their own decisions to elect the persons they would want as their leader.
All right.
Quickly,
I would like us to wrap up. Quickly.
Because I've been with these guys, I've been with the people of Embakasi East. They know what we have done with them. They know what we have done together.
All right.
As a leader.
All right, Maina. Thank you. Please have the last word. We don't have too much time.
I think I wish the residents of Embakasi East all the best, and I'm humbly requesting that they vote me in as their next MP. Thank you, and God bless you all.
All right, gentlemen, unfortunately, I would have loved this to be longer. There's so much we haven't talked about, but thank you for making time to come into Choice 2017. Francis Masinde here, running as an independent candidate. Stephen Maina, or Mzito, if you like, running as an independent candidate, as well as Babu Owino, who is running with an ODM ticket. Francis Mureithi will be running with Jubilee ticket, but he did not come here tonight. We did invite him. He didn't make time for it. Remember, on Twitter, we asked, who do you think is winning the Embakasi East parliamentary debate? Not necessarily the election, but from the discussion we've had, Francis Masinde, 12% of you gave it to Francis Masinde, 17% of you gave it to Stephen Maina Mzito, and 71% of you gave it to Babu Owino. I don't know whether we have time. I sample a number of your views. All right, I understand we don't have too much time, but thank you very much for engaging with us tonight and polling and all the comments and questions I'm getting here on Twitter. We do it again next Thursday. Focus on another political battle as we head into the August 8th polls. My name is Akisa Wandera. Sophia Onuna comes in next with KTN Primetime News. Have a good night.